So well done. Next round, H.E.A.T Festival 2011 here at the Rockfabrik in Ludwigsburg. It's a great pleasure for me to have the guys of Serpentine here. Welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, maybe you introduce yourself.
Gareth Noon, keyboards.
I'm Matt Black, vocals.
Fantastic. Yeah. How did you enjoy the show? Did you enjoy the show?
It was very enjoyable. It was Serpentine's first time outside the UK, so fantastic. Couldn't have asked for more. It was a great introduction for the German audience for us, so I really enjoyed it.
Sounds fantastic. I hope you enjoyed it too.
Yeah, great audience. All the people singing along, most people knew the words. The ones that didn't, they picked them up very quickly. They were a very loud audience, but yeah, very appreciative. I enjoyed myself. Great audience.
Fantastic. You're really young guys, but playing good old 80s
I am, yeah.
melodic rock. So how does this come?
That's the fault of our manager, who's also my father. I mean, the band was started back in 2007. I'd been exposed to the likes of Survivor and Journey and bands like that for years and years and years, and it was just sort of I'd learned keyboards from the age of about 11, so it was the natural thing for me to start playing melodic rock, and took a couple of years to meet the right guys. It's always it's probably getting harder and harder. I was speaking to the guys from White Widow earlier. It's getting harder and harder to meet guys who really young and want to play this kind of music, and you know it's going to be a hard work, but we've that's how it happened, and here we are in Germany 4 years later, so it's going well so far.
That's fantastic. You're pretty new to the band, aren't you?
Yeah, I joined in December last year. It's been a really strange experience, filling in for Tony Mills, and obviously 7 months later the next album came out, so I've just got to wait till next year till I can make my little mark on the band. But it's been great. Got a lot of advice off of Tony Mills. He's been a great mentor to me and the band before I joined. He's been a great guy. He's handed the baton to me. He's given me a lot of advice. I've learnt a lot from him already. We've only met a couple of times, but hopefully we'll be going over maybe somewhere like Norway next year. Maybe play a show with TNT, something like that.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, Tony's been a great mentor to the band. I mean, we wouldn't have come so far without him. Definitely not. I mean, it's we've got Matt on board now, and that's the natural progression for us, because it was always assumed within the band that if we were going to carry on beyond an album or two, we were going to need a younger singer, and that's what we've got now. And you see the energy of the show earlier. That's
definitely, yeah. So it's not been a hard cut. But you've been introduced by Tony to the band, if I understand it right. No,
the audience has been great. They've welcomed me with open arms. It's a bit of a shock. I was expecting them to criticise me a lot more than they did, but they've been very nice. So very happy.
And you've definitely got a really great voice. So that's also the what the audience tell me. And
well, when we auditioned Matt, we were planning on auditioning a few guys for the role, and because obviously H.E.A.T will tell you, the band H.E.A.T will tell you, Tony Mills is not an easy guy to replace. He's got a 1 in a million voice, and he writes things which are very hard to sing. We auditioned Matt, and we auditioned them in the original key, and he did the audition. He sounded great, and we were just like, we've got to have this guy. We've got to have him singing in the band now, because we were worried that if we didn't take him on, then somebody else, anybody else could take him. He's got a great voice, and yeah. As I say, Tony's not the easiest guy to replace, but this guy's doing the job. So
fill it up.
You've got to pay some bills, Yeah, are you on tour now around, or did you just come over for this show?
We're doing a few festivals at the moment. We did a tour with Houston and Crash Diet earlier in the year, which was fantastic. It was a great way to introduce Matt. to our audience before we put the new album out, and playing, of course, the H.E.A.T Festival, which we just played, Firefest next month, and Rockfest Madrid next month. So we're kind of doing it's kind of our first experience in Europe at the moment. So that's and it's always nice to play to big festival audiences as well. I mean, you look downstairs today, I'm sure you look at Firefest next month, it's going to be great. So it's a nice way to introduce Matt to a lot of people over just a few gigs. So it's what we want to do, and obviously next year we're going to be recording a new album with Matt, and we're also going to be doing a few tours with some well-known guys. So it's going to be fun.
Fantastic. And how is the rock scene, or the melodic rock scene in the UK like?
I was very surprised. I mean, you always hear bands like Journey and Foreigner and people like that saying, we're always getting a young audience coming to our shows. You've got the older people who love the stuff, and you've got a younger audience who are discovering Journey and Foreigner. And you always think, yeah, sure, And we played 6 dates on a tour with Houston and Crash Diet, who are also reasonably young bands, in May. And we were shocked. I mean, we've got like 15-year-old guitarists copying our stuff and playing it and putting it on YouTube, and it's out of that tour. And the amount of people we've got on Facebook and things like that messaging us every day and every week saying, I saw you on the tour, it was fantastic. It's unbelievable, it's really true. And obviously we saw on that tour that there's still a market for this kind of stuff in the UK, and you'll see downstairs right now there's still a market for this kind of stuff in Germany. So yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's a true fan base, isn't it? Not changing their styles every week. But it's a true fan base.
It's a proper, I mean, I can say it myself. I mean, I'm one of these guys who, great melodic rock album comes out, I have to go out and buy the album, and it's the same in the genre. There's so many people. We've just had a guy downstairs. We did a signing session earlier, and the guy had the Japanese and the European copies of our album, and it's just like, it's fantastic.
It's fantastic. So really great to hear these words from you. I wish you every success.
Thank you very much.
Had a lot of fun. And looking forward to the new album, which you just mentioned. You're just about to write some new songs?
We're just starting to write some new songs at the moment for our 3rd record, first one with Matt. Hopefully next year, end of next year, we'll be in the studio making it. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it. Thank you guys very much.